Good morning, class 4. Now, I hope we were not able to take the live class of the river well, but yes, I hope you must have understood the poem The River in the video. If you have understood, you must have done the table headings of rhyming word pairs from the poem and metaphors used to describe the river in these two blanks. Now, after this, question number 2, you have to do it in your class 4 copy. Read these lines and answer the questions that follow. The river's a wanderer, a nomad, a tramp. She doesn't choose one place to set up her camp. The river's a winder through valley and hill. She twists and she turns, she just cannot be still. Now, wanderer, nomad, tramp, what do these three words tell us about the river? These three words tell us about the river that river has no home. It, she's just wandering. She's a nomad. She's just wandering from one place to another and not setting up at one place, not settling down at one place, not settling down and have a home at one place. What are the different places the river flows past in the poem? The different places that the river flows past in the poem. Uh, mm, yes, the river's a winder. It's going. What do you mean by winder? It's not straight. It has twists and turns. Now she's passing. Now, the different places that the river flows past in the poem is she's flowing through valley, or she's passing through valley, hill, and she cannot just be still. It is just passing through the valley and the hills. In your own words, give the meaning of to set up camp. Now, this means that she is not making her home, a permanent home at one place. Set up camp means is she's not making us permanent home. Okay, now the next question B. Okay, we did the part A, now we are doing the part B. The river's a hoarder and she buries down deep all those little treasures she wants to keep. Why is the river called a hoarder? Hoarder means the person who keeps things by himself, who doesn't distribute things or he doesn't give it to others. That person is called a hoarder. So river has been metaphored as a hoarder. So what I told you about metaphor means he's not been compared. He's been told, the river has been made a hoarder. मेटाफोर मीन जब आप वो चीज़ बना देते हो, वही चीज़ बोल देते हो, आप उसको कंपैरिजन नहीं करते हो, आपने रिवर को होर्डर बना दिया कि रिवर तो होर्डर है. वो तो जैसे जैसे एक इंसान होर्ड करके सामान अपना अंदर रखता रहता है, वैसे ही रिवर भी अपना जो भी उसको सामान मिलता है, वॉट एवर थिंग शी कैन गैदर फ्रॉम द पीपल और फ्रॉम आउटसाइड, शी जस्ट होर्ड्स इन हर बेड beneath the in the river bed. So, why is the river called a hoarder? Because everything, whatever treasure or whatever things the river gets, people throw in the river, it just gets hoarded inside her river bed. Which word means puts deep inside? Which words means puts deep inside? And she buries down deep all those little treasures she wants to keep. Which word means puts deep inside? Buries. Buries is a word which means puts deep inside. What do you think are the treasures that the river wants to keep? The treasures could be, what do you think the treasures that the river wants to keep? Uh, the treasures could be small marbles, or you can say some pearls, or some treasures, or or that stilt. You know what is a stilt? Stilt is it's a very fertile land which is useful for farming and all. So these are the treasures which a river would like to keep inside, would like to keep. Now circle the group of words that describe what the river does not do. Stay still, yes, circle them. Flow silently, no, you will not flow in the countryside, yes. Give away her treasures, again circle. Stay in one place, circle. So 3 will get circled because these things she doesn't do. She doesn't stay still. She gives away her treasures. She doesn't give away her treasures, and she doesn't stay at one place. Why does a poet call the river a singer? Why it is called a singer? Because it just when it is flowing, it it takes out a gurgling sound as if a child is singing. A gurgling sound, as if she is singing. Okay, the river is a singer. She dances along. The countryside echoes the notes of a song. Okay. Then next, in this poem, many comparisons have been used to describe the river. Think of a river you have seen. Is there anything else you can compare a river to? Um, this question is not required. Now, appreciation. Sound words. The poet describes the sounds a river makes. The river hums, gurgles, sings, and sounds like she's sucking her thumb. Here are a few lines in which we describe the sound that water makes. Read these lines aloud. The rock fell into the pond with a loud splash. I emptied the pot and let fresh water gurgle into it. The calm water softly lapped the shores of the lake. The huge wave crashed against the rocks on the seashore. The heavy rain drummed down on my roof. I could hear the pitter patter of the gentle rain. Arrange these sounds from the softest to the lowest. It's just that sound, it's not required, you can just read it. Now, the last part of the poem is here are a few lines from a poem called The Sounds in the Evening by Eleanor Ferrajon. Read the lines aloud and circle the sound words. Yes, you can just circle the sound words. The sounds in the evening go through the house. The click of the clock, and circle the click, and the pick of the mouse, circle the pick. The footsteps of people, footsteps upon the top floor. The skirts of my mother that brush my by my door, the creak in the boards, creak, and the creak of the chairs, creak, the fluttering murmurs, fluttering outside on the stairs, the ring at the bell, ring, the arrival of guests, the laugh of my father, laugh, and one of his jests. Just circle the sounds which I have told you to circle. What are the sounds that you can hear in the playground? Write 5 sentences with sound words. Uh, the clouds are making, the clouds are thundering, the ball is bouncing, and the balloon is flipping, and the children are tip tapping. So you can make any sound of these children's activities and can write down. But anyhow, this is not to be done in the classwork copy. Only question number 2 and 3, 4. You have to do it in your classwork copy and learn the poem. It is very easy. You can learn it without any doubt. And tomorrow we will do some grammar sheet again in the live class. Thank you and have a nice day.